Kann, glaube ich, ein bisschen leiser sein. Das Steak da hinten gefällt dir. Ja, ich habe extra aufgekocht. Ich habe extra aufgekocht. So. Trinken wir erstmal Cola, dann ein Bier, weil ich bin gerade erst aufgestanden, ich muss wieder Strein gießen. Ring, ring. Musik könnte ein bisschen leiser sein, okay? Ich kann es mal auf meinem Ohr einfach leiser machen. Aber bei euch glaube ich, ja, ich glaube, so ist es okay, gell? Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. Was sagst du zu einem wunderschönen Handy? Das ganze Spiel ist in 4:3, Alter. Hello. Oh, you're early. You must be calling about tonight. I meant to ask, where are we going? Where are we meeting? I know we're planning on having dinner, but we never decided where. Also, auf was haben wir Hunger? Burger? Do burgers sound good? How about Thai food? I think tonight needs to be taco night. Actually, I don't think I want to meet up tonight after all. 1 bis 4, was sagt ihr? Eine Tiebreaker. Okay, Taco Night gewinnt. I think tonight needs to be Taco Night. Hooray for Taco Night! Gleich mal mit passender Musik dazu. Hört man die Musik? That was a good idea. Everything is better with tacos. I've heard good things about this place, and I hear they got a new chef recently too. And I really like how they out the dogs like this. It's like we're eating right on the water. Where do you want to sit? On the patio outside, of course. How about near the window where we can see the water? Let's see if there's a free booth. Draußen, drin am Fenster, drinnen irgendwo. Nur mit einfach mal das erste aktuell. The tables outside are popular, but the server manages to find a free one for the two of you. You take a seat and start looking at the menu. Servus Essmann. Okay, let's have some tacos! Do you have any recommendations? I hear their fish tacos are amazing, but I'm open to other options. Fish tacos, you're right, they're to die for. An enchilada plate actually, I like their chicken. I think I have the fiesta salad. It's got mango in it. So, Fish Taco, Enchilada oder Salat mit Mango. Mango Salat. I do like mango. But no, I entered this dinner with a resolution to eat fish tacos. What do you think of me if I cast aside my ambitions so lightly? Fish tacos, please! Haha, I hope I don't sound obsessed to you. But for some reason I'm just really excited about tacos tonight. I'm not normally this obsessive, honest! Do you ever get like that? Obsessed over some particular thing you want to do, to the exclusion of everything else? Not really, I'm pretty easygoing and yeah, sometimes I can be pretty single-minded. Das ist meiner Meinung nach, dass sie nicht ganz verrückt wird, würdet ihr das Gleiche sagen. Halt mich da aber damit an euch. Dezente Crazy Vibes, ja. Haha, yeah, I guess. Oh, what's that? She points out the window. Wir sitzen im Freien. Are those dolphins? I think those are dolphins. You follow as she wants to the railing to look over the ocean. It is dolphins! Oh, I'm so glad we came here tonight. This is so awesome. Have you ever seen anything like it? No, this is incredible. Once maybe. This sort of thing doesn't happen often. A lot actually. Every time I've been here. 1, 2 oder 3. Stefan, was sagen Sie? Ich nehme die ehrlich gesagt ja zu 1. Sie ein bisschen verstärken. Oof, Spock is a Arsch. A lot actually. Every time I've been here. She gazes out of the picturesque scene for a moment longer, and then several things happen at once. Whoa, what's happening? Too quickly for you to react, and yet somehow with agonizing slowness, the railing and in fact the whole patio collapses into the sea. Felicia tries to jump for safety as soon as she feels everything begin to move, but she's not quite quick enough. You lose sight of her in the jumping water amidst all of the debris from the deck. That was the last time you saw her. The currents near there are known to be treacherous, and they never did manage to find her body. The end. Your date has ended in disaster. Start game. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Oh, you're early. You must be calling about tonight. I meant to ask where we were meeting. I know we're planning on having dinner, but we never decided where. 1, 2 oder 3 oder 4. Thai. Oh, I've never had Thai. That sounds fun. I always wanted to try Thai food. This will be fun. Are you ready to order? I think so. This picture for pad Thai looks amazing. I think I'll have that. What are you having? That sounds good. I'll have the pad Thai. I'd like some yellow curry with chicken. The shrimp fried rice sounds good. Let's go with that. Yellow curry with chicken. That sounds pretty good. But no, I'm sticking with my first choice. Eventually dinner arrives and Felicia dives into her meal with surprising gusto. Oh, this is delicious. We should have done this a long time ago. I'm so glad you were able to meet tonight. Do you know why I wanted to do this? Warum wollt ihr uns treffen? Wissen wir das? No. Bin ich der gleichen Meinung? Well, she actually looked flustered for a moment. I've been really wanting to ask you, well... Sorry, this is hard to say. Felicia pauses for a moment and takes a deep breath. Really hard to say. I'm not feeling... Were there peanuts in the dish or something? I don't... She topples face first into her food. The rest of the evening is a blur of ambulances and yelling, but somehow you feel like you already know what is coming. You're not really surprised when the ashen-faced medical technician comes to you telling you what you already basically know. Felicia had a severe peanut allergy and it killed her. The end. Bop. So, ring, 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 ring. Hello. Oh, you earlier must be calling about tonight. I meant to ask you where we were meeting and we were planning to have dinner, but we never decided where. Welcome in. Erster gut immer, geht schon immer Mackie. Du burgers sound good. Sounds good. See you at the Burger Shack. Oh wow, everything smells so good. I had my doubts when I mentioned this place. It's out the way and in kind of a sketchy neighborhood, but this looks great. I think I'll have the bacon burger with extra ketchup. What are you having? Plain burger for me, please. Cheddar cheeseburger with bacon, Swiss cheese with mushrooms. Wer plain sagt, wird gebannt. Gibt's ja nicht. Plain ist ekelhaft. Cheese bacon war erster. Cheese bacon gewinnt. Your meal is served and you both dig in. After a few bites, she stops eating and looks wistful. My dad would have loved this place. He would have been right at home. He really loved burgers and this place has great ambience. She sighs and pokes at her burger. What happened to your dad? Say nothing and keep eating. What happened to your dad? This erster, okay. She rewards her question with a bright smile. He left mom and me when I was 6. She looks directly at you for the first time since the meal was served. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to dump that on you out of the blue. I'm just not used to be thinking about him. I honestly don't think it's ever come up since we moved here. Mom still tries to call him sometime, but it's easy if I don't just think about him. She gives a much warmer smile this time. But enough about my personal soap opera life. I refuse to be upset in the face of such delicious hamburgers. She takes another big bite out of her burger. So I've been thinking lately about school and what comes after. You can hear some kind of commotion coming from outside. Felicia cranes her neck to try to see. What's going on? Is something happening out there? It sounded like some shooting. It probably doesn't concern us. Uno oder dos. 1, 2, erster. Suddenly there's a loud noise from outside. A succession of loud bangs like a string of firecrackers going off. It takes a moment for the red stain spreading across her shirt to register. Felicia looks down in uncomprehending shock. I think I've been shot? Then ever so slowly she crumbles into the booth. You're vaguely aware of more sounds of gunfire from the outside, but you can hear, all you can hear is Felicia's labored breathing. Each ragged breath sounding louder than everything else in the world. It might have been minutes or centuries. When the ambulance arrives, a kind man with sad eyes loads her into the gurney and rushes her off. He tells you not to worry and that everything will be alright. But you know both both know he's lying. You heard the record breathing stop, and you saw the light fade from her eyes. You never do find out what caused the gunfight in the street. Some gang scuffle or a drug deal gone wrong or something. All you saw was the terrible aftermath. Tot! So! Ring, 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 ring. Hello, hey, I must be calling about tonight. I want to ask you where we're meeting. I know we're planning on having dinner, but we never decided where. Now jetzt das from Nikki. Actually, I don't think I want to meet up tonight after all. She seemed hurt that you cancelled your plans. When you see her the next day, she's friendly enough, but there's a barrier between you now. You remain friendly acquaintances, but as far as it ever goes, you never do manage to ask her to dinner again. Eventually, she starts seeing someone else. Years later, they have started a life together and are extremely happy. You try not to envy them, but sometimes you wonder what things might have gone differently. Never got a date. Gut, dass du den Swiss Cheese genommen hast, war pietätslos. Ring, 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 ring. Hello. Oh, you early must be calling about tonight. I meant to ask you where we're meeting. I know we were planning on having dinner, but we decided. Nein, das war's nicht. 1, 2 oder 3. Also bei 4 war es das. Mehr kommt bei ich will nicht essen, kommt bei ich will bei Essen nicht. Oh, neues 4. Entschuldigung. Neues 4. Changing plans. We can't go outside to dinner tonight. It's too dangerous. Sorry, Spocky. What do you mean, too dangerous? Is this some kind of weird joke you're playing on me? I can never really tell when you're joking or when you really mean something. Well, I was just thinking maybe we could go for a drive or something instead of dinner. If you go to dinner tonight, you will die. I can't put it any plainer than that. You're in terrible danger. Come with me if you want. Come with me if you want to live. Come with me if you want to live. Haha, nice. But seriously, where are we getting dinner? Burgers, Thai, taco. No, for real, we can't go to dinner, it's too dangerous. Wieder 4. Is this some kind of weird death threat? What's going on? You're kind of starting to creep me out. It's complicated, but no, I'm not kidding. You're in terrible danger, we need to get you somewhere safe. Look, there's a lot I don't know about what's going on, but I do know this. If we go out to dinner tonight, one or maybe both of us are going to end up dead. Okay, fine, dinner it is. Don't blame me for how it ends though. Sie kann mich nicht blamen, wenn sie tot ist. Okay, this is all pretty weird. I mean, you seem pretty insistent that dinner tonight would be disastrous. And I feel like being an idiot just ignores them talking about me dying. But this isn't the kind of thing that happens in real life, you know? Someone I've known for a while just coming up and telling me that I'm going to die tonight. I mean, what's going to happen? What makes you think I'm going to die? We're going to dinner, for goodness sake, not a war zone. What's the worst that can happen at a simple dinner? Oh, you know, bad stuff. Well, you might end dead from a peanut allergy. You could get shot, drowning, like in the ocean. Okay, peanut allergy. Ha! You worry too much. That's clearly not going to happen. Where did you even come up with that? Have you just been sitting home today, coming up with things that could go wrong tonight? Lighten up, we're just having dinner. There's not a whole lot that can actually go wrong with dinner. No, really, if going to die, what can I do to convince you that this is a bad idea? Fine, I give up. Let's have dinner. We'll just have to be extra careful, I guess. Extra careful. Deal. Where do you want to meet? Burgers, Thai, taco. Erschossen, Erdnuss, ertrunken. Burgers. Sounds good. See you at the Burger Shack. Oh wow, everything smells so good. I had my doubt when you mentioned this place. It's out of the way and kind of a sketchy neighborhood, but this looks great. I think I'll have the bacon burger with extra ketchup. What are you having? Schwammerl wurde diesmal gewünscht. Swiss cheese with mushrooms. Yum. Your meal is served and they both dig in. After a few bites, she stops eating and looks wistful. My dad would have loved this place. He would have been right at home. He really loved burgers and this place has great ambience. She sighed and pokes at the burger. What happened? Oder weiter essen? Weiter essen. After a minute or two of poking at her food, she brightens up. She takes another big bite of her burger. So I've been thinking lately about school and what comes after. You hear some kind of commotion coming from outside. Felicia cranes her neck trying to see. What's going on? Is something happening out there? It sounds like someone shouting. It probably doesn't concern her. Okay, this is important. I need you to duck. Now. Darf ich Host entscheidet machen? Wir machen 3. Die neue Option. 3, danke. She stared at you blankly for a moment, not sure if you're joking or not, and then awkwardly hunches over. There is a loud sound from outside, an explosion of plaster showered down from the wall she was sitting in front of moments ago. Oh my god, was that gunfire? Did you just save my life? What? How did you know that was going to happen? I didn't. I was just making a joke, and I guess we're lucky. I'm actually a wizard. I'm actually from the future. I'm a psychic. I reloaded from a save game. Save game? What is that supposed to mean? I don't understand what you just said. What exactly do you mean, reloaded? Nothing, I guess. Sorry, I was making a joke. Ignore me. I mean, this is a video game. You died. I got a game over and so I hit reload so I could try different choices. I mean, this is a video game. Ha! That sounds kind of far-fetched. But wow. It would be nice to just be able to hit reload on our mistakes, huh? So don't take this the wrong way. But I still think you're sort of full of it. Although I really appreciate the part where you saved my life and all. But I don't understand why you had to turn around and give such an implausible explanation for how you did it. The whole thing just feels like one big setup. Or a super elaborate practical joke. Like, as soon as I do something embarrassing, like saying that I believe you, hidden cameraman will jump out and there will be streamers. And the next thing I know, I'm the next YouTube sensation. Gullible girl with 6 million hits. Okay then, here's what we'll do. Think of a word, an interesting one. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, sorry. Don't know what to tell you? Okay. Look, I now at least think I know what you mean well. And I do appreciate not dying from something stupid today, I really do. But this is really confusing and I think I need to go home and yeah. I just need some time to sort things out. I'm a little too rattled for dinner now anyway. Let's talk again tomorrow. You finish your burgers and head out. You haven't made it more than a foot from the door though, when the car crashes into the front of the restaurant. Unfortunately, the two of you are directly in its path. You are flung to the side, but Felicia is not so lucky. The ambulance arrives quickly, but she doesn't even make it to the hospital before succumbing to internal bleeding and a punctured lung. Nick hat sie umgebracht. Super. Ring, 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 ring. Hello. Oh, you earlier must be calling out with I meant to ask you where we're meeting. I know we're planning on having dinner, but we never decided where. Und keine Paths, die wir schon genommen haben. Also Essen geht immer. Essen gehen können wir immer. Aber wenn wir 4 nehmen, dann nehmen wir einen neuen Path. Nochmal 4. What do you mean, too dangerous? Is this some kind of weird joke you're playing on me? I can never really tell when you're joking or when you really mean something. Maybe for a drive? If you go to dinner, you will die. Terrible danger, come with me if you want to live. Nicht 3. 1 oder 2. 1 passt. Well, that might be fun after. But before we do that, I'm actually kind of hungry. And you did promise we meet somewhere for dinner tonight. So how about if we go for dinner first and a drive after? Okay, fine, dinner first. But we need to make it quick. No, seriously, we can't do that. You might die. 2. Is this some kind of weird death rate? What's going on? You're kind of starting to creep me out. It's complicated, but no, I'm not kidding. You're in terrible danger. We need to get you somewhere safe. Look, there's a lot that don't know what's going on. But one thing is, if we go out to dinner tonight, one of us, maybe both, are going to enter it. Nicht 2. 1 oder 3. Okay, fine, dinner it is. Don't blame me for it. Okay, you're kind of reading me out here. Maybe we can talk about it once we meet. Burgers, Thai, Taco. Passt. Nochmal Burger. Sounds good. See you at the Burger Shack. Oh wow, everything smells so good. I had my doubts when you mentioned this place is out of the way and kind of a sketchy neighborhood, but this looks great. I think I'll have the bacon burger with extra ketchup. Plain bacon, mushrooms. Noch mushrooms. Your meal is served and you both dig in. After a few bites, she stops eating and looks wistful. My dad would have loved this place. He would have been right home. He really loved burger and this place has great ambience. She sighs and pokes at the burger. What happened to her dad? Oder Esma? What happened? She answers the question with a bright smile. He left Mom and me when I was 6. She looks directly at you for the first time since the meal was served. I'm sorry I didn't mean to dump it on you out of the blue. I'm just not used to thinking about him. I honestly don't think it ever come up since we moved here. Mom still tries to call him sometimes, but it's easy if I just don't think about him. She gives a much warmer smile this time. But enough about my personal soap opera life. I refuse to be upset in the face of such delicious hamburgers. She takes another big bite out of the hamburger. So I've been thinking lately about school and what comes after. You can hear some kind of commotion coming from outside. Felicia cranes her neck to try to see. What's going on? Is something happening out there? Wir retten sie wieder. Da geht's gleich mal dazu. Wir retten sie wieder. Weil die anderen 2 führen zum Insta-Tod. Das wollen wir nicht. Und jetzt machen wir zum ersten Mal einen Quick Save. Weil ich möchte das probieren. She stares at you blankly for a moment, not sure whether you're joking or not. Then she awkwardly hunches over. There's a loud sound from outside and an explosion of plaster showering down from the wall that she's sitting in front of moments ago. Oh my god, was the gunfire? Did it just save my life? What? How did you know it was going to happen? Nummer 5. I reloaded from a safe game. What is that supposed to mean? I don't understand what you just said. What exactly do you mean, reloaded? I mean, this is a video game, you died, I got a game over, and so I had to reload, so I could try different choices. Ha, that sounds kind of far-fetched, but wow. It would be nice to just be able to hit reload and no mistakes, huh? So don't take this the wrong way, but I still think you're full of it. Although I do really appreciate the part where you know, saved my life and all, but I don't understand why you would turn around and such an implausible explanation for how you did it. The whole thing just feels like one big setup, or a super elaborate backkick joke. Like, as soon as you do something embarrassing, like saying that I believe you, hidden cameraman will jump out, there will be streamers. Okay, und jetzt werden wir das machen. Number saved. Okay then, what will do? Think of a word, an interesting one. Okay, got one. Now what? Now tell me what it is. What? That's a pretty lame trick. I mean, the word was peristalsis, but just asking me straight up isn't very impressive. Quick load. Okay, here's what you do. Think of a word, interesting one. Okay, got one. Now what? Okay, it was peristalsis. Can we move on now? What? How did you? That's really eerie. So okay, let's assume that I accept for a moment that there's at least enough weird crap going on that I should take things at face value. What is this all about? So, und jetzt seid ihr wieder dran. You're a character in a video game, I'm trying to win, but whenever you die I get a game over. The world is a computer simulation, I'm kind of like Neo. You're not actually real. I'm trying to figure out how to stop you from dying all the time. 4. But didn't you already do that? You already saved my life tonight. Aren't we in the clear now? Yes, you should be safe now. I don't know what's happening there. This is the first time I've gotten this far. Ja. Sagen wir so, ich habe nicht das Gefühl, dass 1 die Wahrheit ist. Niemand? Dann nehme ich selber. This is the first time I've gotten this far. Ha! So I get to experience this fresh like the rest of us mortals. Well, I guess we'll see what happens next. What's our next move? Stay here and see what happens. We should try to get somewhere safer. Stay here and see what happens. Okay, I might be feeling too nervous to finish my dinner now. But that's probably the least of my concerns now, huh? Suddenly everything goes white. You're flying through the air. Then everything goes black. You find out later from the hospital that there was a gas explosion. Striking with the luck of the mindless, one of the bullets managed to hit the fuel line for the gas opens. You're shaken and bruised, but ultimately feel okay. Sadly, the same could not be said for Felicia. The best that the doctors will tell you that at least it was quick. But sadly, she did not survive. 5 Tode. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Oh, you really must be calling about tonight. I meant to ask you where we're meeting and we're planning on dinner, but we never decided where. Ich probiere doch mal kurz Kombination, was man halt haben. Dinner tonight, it's too dangerous. Some kind of weird joke. Never kind of toad king. What? This is really not funny. Trying to make a joke. It's complicated. I need you to get you somewhere safe. Okay, this is all pretty weird. I mean, you seem pretty insistent. Dinner tonight would be disastrous, and I feel like an idiot just because I'm talking about the time. So, oh, you know, bad stuff. Some sort of places have natural gas, which, you know, explodes. Ha! You worry too much. That's clearly not going to happen. Where did you even come up with that? Have you been sitting home today? Blah, blah, blah. How can I convince you that it's a bad idea? Okay, let me turn it around. What can you do to convince me that going to dinner is a bad idea? Sitting here at home after a completely near-death experience free day. It's hard to imagine anything really bad happening like you're saying. So what can you say to make me believe that you actually am terrible danger and somehow you're the only one who knows anything about it? Not much. Hey! Haben wir wieder was zum Game-Dingsen. Well, about this. Pick a random number, a phrase or something. I know that you still miss your dad and used to fantasize about getting him and your mother back together. 2 oder 3? 3. Why would you even bring that up? And how do you even know about that? Have you been talking to my mom or stalking me or something? I'm not sure I'm comfortable with you digging around in my personal life like that. I think I'm going to call off dinner tonight. You at least creeped me out enough to get out of dinner at any rate. I'm going to go find something myself. We'll talk tomorrow, I guess. Shit. After a few moments, there's the sound of an airplane getting closer and closer, followed by one of the loudest noises you ever heard. The TV in the background switches to emergency report about the plane crash and fires that are happening right now. Even before the news confirm it though, you have a pretty good idea exactly who the plane crashed on top of. Dad, you didn't even get to have a date and still it ended in disaster. Spiel ist zu geil. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, everybody. Was bekommen wir? Another one task meeting. The plan gonna be decided where? Bam, 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 bam. Na, verdruckt! Shit! Quick load. Pick a random number. There's a pause and the sound of something riffling through the pages of a book. Okay, I play along. I'm not sure what this will prove though. I have a book here. Just open it to a random page. Now what? Now tell me what page you're on. Okay, we're doing some kind of weird fortune cookie thing here. I'm on page 143. So first sentence is, what's pulling wobblers mean, he said. Bloop. Pick a random number or phrase or something. Okay. Now tell me what page you're on. Hä? Wieso hat das nicht funktioniert? Actually, I think I know what. I think I'm going to have to go dinner. I think a successful coincidence that I shouldn't have dinner together. I'm just too weirded out now. We'll talk about this later. This has all been very strange. Bam, bam, bam. Airplane, closer, bam. So, müssen wir nochmal? Ich würde es jetzt nochmal. Bam, 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 bam. Bad idea. So, okay, open the page 144, the top of the page read, what's pulling wobbler mean, he said. There was stunned silence for a moment. Are you looking into my room somehow? That's really not cool, okay? Really not cool. I think we're done here. I'm not having dinner with a weirdo stalker. Good night. Airplane, yada 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 yada. Okay. Also auf die Art und Weise retten wir sie nicht. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, everyone. Was bekommen wir? I want to ask you a meeting. Whatever decided where. Burger, Thai, Taco. Ich glaube auf die, das wird nix Nummer, das wird einfach nix. Ich sag immer wollen Thai. Thai oder Taco, wie ihr wollt. Thai. Oh, I never had Thai food. That sounds fun. I've always wanted to try Thai food. This will be fun. Are you ready to order? I think so. The picture for Pad Thai looks amazing. I think I have that. What are you having? Actually, the Pad Thai has peanuts in it. Retten wir mal ihr Leben Nummer 1 und dann sind wir im Blindflug. Wait, for real? Oh, wow, I'm glad you told me. I'm actually like super allergic to peanuts. That could have been really bad. Actually, it was kind of silly how they found out. When I was little, I saw elephants in TV and decided I wanted to be an elephant when I grew up. So I ate some peanuts that my dad had left out. And my face swelled up and got all puffy and I was convinced it was me, turning into an elephant, just like I planned. So I stopped in the living room, my face like twice normal size instead of, look mama, look now, I'm going to be an elephant. After I got back from the emergency room, we laughed about that for years. She looks almost wistful. But how did you know I was allergic? I don't think I ever told anyone at school. I didn't, I was just making a joke and I guess we got lucky. Wizard, Future, Psychic, Safe Game. Nicht Safe Game, das haben wir jetzt schon ein paar Mal gehabt. Lucky. Fast. Wow, that's some luck then. Maybe you should buy a lottery ticket or something. Maybe I should have bought me a lottery ticket or something. Anyway, where was it? Where were we? On with our fine dinner. Actually, I think maybe we should go. All of a sudden, this place gives me the willies. On with the fine dinner, oder? Willies? Okay. You're the one with the eerie hunches. Let's head out. You finish your Thai food and head out. You haven't made it more than a foot from the door when a car crashes to the front of the restaurant. Unfortunately, the two of you are directly in its path. You flung the side, Felicia not so lucky. Ambulance arrives quickly. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, rausgehen ist tot. Ring, 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 hello. Oh, you early must be calling about another man to ask where we're meeting. We're planning on having dinner, but now decided where? No more tie? No more tie. Ready to order. Peanuts. Bam, 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 bam. Got lucky. On with our fine dinner. The rest of the dinner is uneventful. She seems a bit spooked by her near-death experience, and you finish out the meal talking about meaningless trivialities. Suddenly, the restaurant is full of yelling, and there are shiny pieces of metal flying everywhere. Your last thought is something like, why are there ninjas in a Thai restaurant? Ninjas are Japanese. Before you're hit on the head with a nunchuck and everything goes dark. You never do find out what the attack was all about. Some kind of underworld power struggle, oddly themed gang warfare, sinister Naruto cosplayers. In the end, it doesn't really matter. 12 people died in the attack. Felicia was one of them. They never even found out what it was about. Ah! God damn it. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, you must be going on. Wie wär's mit Thai, Safe Game Route, ihr beweisen und schauen, was dann passiert? Ist das eine Idee? Bam, 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 bam. Nein! Sie hat leider Dings bestellt. Das war mein Fehler. Das ist gut nicht. Die Dinger sind zu groß. Bam, bam, bam. Peanuts. So. F5. Safe Game. Video Game. Think of a word. Peristalsis. What? How did you? That's really eerie. So, okay, let's assume, except for the moment, that there is a last enough and a weird crap going on. I should take things at face value. What is this all about? Character, Neo, not real. I figure out how to stop you from dying. I need to help you solve my puzzle. I think I know what you do. You keep accusing me of being a crazy stalker. Ja, das geht gut. Dann kriegen wir was Neues für den Start. Haha, seriously? You serious? What in the world are you doing to make me think you were a stalker? I told you things I picked up from other safe load sessions, but you figured I must have been stalking you to know them. Ah yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty paranoid, and if you dumped that on me at once, I'd probably freak out. I mean, I'm kind of freaked out as is, but I think I'm at least to the point where I'm willing to accept that something weird is going down, you know? So I guess the trick is, how do you convince me to trust you in a hurry? That's kind of a tough one. I guess you'd be able to tell me something non-threatening, but also mysterious enough to pique my interest. So even if I wasn't sure how you did it, I'd be interested enough to play along, huh? And if I'm calling you a crazy stalker, then I would need to be something that couldn't possibly know, even if you were stalking me. So, let me think. This is hard. Secret lucky number? Something totally random, like I don't know your favorite professional wrestler. Maybe something about your dad. Kein Fan vom Dad? Was sagst du, Herr Bröll? Lucky number, okay. You mean 90 dozen? 90 dozen. That worked, but I was talking about it with Mom just last week. I tried to come up with something else. Maybe... Oh, I've got an idea. I had a sort of secret names for one of my places, actually. It's up on Moores Hill, outside of town. I don't think I ever told this to anyone, but in my head at least, I always called it the local Hogwarts pickup stop. I may have been fantasizing about being carried off to Hogwarts when I was little. Don't judge me! Anyway, I'm nearly positive I never told anyone about it. What will that do? Perfect? Oder we find out. Ich glaube, das ist relativ gut. Ja. Yeah, I'm glad I could help. So will this help save my life? Sadly, the rest is full of yelling, shiny pieces, blah blah blah, ninjas are Japanese, boom 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 boom. Tot. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring. Hello? Oh, you're early. Must be calling about another meeting. Too dangerous. Weird joke. Actually, there's been a slight change in plan. Meet me at the local Hogwarts pickup stop and I'll tell you about all of it. Why can't you tell me now? Wait. How do you even know about the local Hogwarts pickup stop? Are you talking about the same place? Let me think. No, I'm positive I never told anyone about that. I didn't even write it in my diary. There's literally no way you could know about that. That thing you just said is not scientifically possible. You are not scientifically possible. But you got me really curious now. Something really is clearly going on around here. And it involves my secret Hogwarts pickup stop. So I aim to get to the bottom of it. Okay, so there's what we do. I go to the spot now, you will come and meet me there. If you end up in the same spot, the spot which you had no possible way you could have known about, then you will have a lot of explanation to do. There's a click and the phone is hung up. Hey, wir haben ein neues Ding gefunden. You head directly to Moor's Hill, only to find Felicia has gotten there ahead of you. Given that she lives further away, you assume this means she was in a hurry. The hill is peaceful and the stars are just starting to come out. You can see the whole town spread out in front of you. Felicia doesn't say anything until you approach. Was soll ich denn sagen, bevor ich auf sie zugehe? And doesn't even seem to be looking at you. Only after you sit down next to her does she finally acknowledge your presence. Alright, I'm here and you have some explaining to do. Let's start with the big question. Just what exactly is going on? Tell me the truth. You can handle the truth! Well, see, I'm a wizard, future, as it turns out, psychic. Everything here, including you, is a video game that I'm playing. I'm a wizard. Really? Honestly? Absolutely. No, I don't know why, but I think I don't think you're being honest with me. And I'm sorry, but my secret dreams and feelings are not something I'm willing to be lied about. Good night. She walks over to her bike, parked next to the statue on the top of the hill. Somewhere not even surprised when the statue starts to lean and then topples over. Hoppla, hoppla. Directly onto her. The end. So, once more. Little speedrun übersetzt da. Too dangerous. So. You can handle the truth, future, psychic oder die Wahrheit. Nehmen wir wieder die Wahrheit, hätte ich gesagt. Nehmen wir die Wahrheit, spielen wir unser Depperts Wortspiel. Sicherheit einmal speichern. Go on. How does that explain you knowing things you never told about? This isn't the first time I've played. You did tell me in an earlier playthrough. Kommt mir recht gleich vor. Nehmen wir es einfacher zu verstehen. So, it was me that told you, and I just don't remember it because it didn't happen in this session or something. I guess that makes sense, in the Twilight Zone sort of way. So what's this all about? This game, I mean. What are you trying to do in it? I'm trying to find a good ending. I haven't found one yet. I'm trying to see as much of the game as I can. I haven't explored this path yet. You keep dying in stupid ways and then the game ends. I'm trying to figure out how to keep you alive. Tendiere zwischen 1 und 3. Good ending oder ihr die Wahrheit sagen, dass jedes Mal stirbt. 3. Oh, that's pretty dark. So does that mean I wouldn't have survived if we gone out to dinner like we planned? What exactly would have happened at dinner? You died in a lot of stupid ways. Well, in one of them, eating peanuts. Once you died from being caught in a shootout. In one of them, you drowned. You got hit by a car. Sometimes you died in a gas explosion. Occasionally, you got killed by ninjas. Stupid ways oder ein Szenario? Stimmt da wieder, ja. Die stupid ways, die Szenarios machen paranoid. Oh, that's pretty vague. Wait a minute. From the way you said that. Exactly how many times have you had me to watch me die? Okay, er hat die erzählt. Dann sollen wir's mit. Bam, bam. So far, 13 times in 8 different ways. Nehmen wir das ist die Wahrheit. Jeez, I had no idea and you counted each one? No, the game just gave me the number and I'm trusting that it got it right. Oh, I can't decide if that makes the whole thing more macabre or less. So let me get this straight. You're playing a game in which I seem destined to die if we go out for dinner. So this time you convinced me to come here instead of going to dinner. Because if we go to dinner, I'm basically doomed. So what does it mean now? Since we didn't go to dinner, am I in the clear? I don't know yet. Let's find out. I haven't seen this one yet, but I'm hopeful. I'm not sure, but honestly, you've died everywhere else, so I wouldn't get your hopes up. Not sure, but honestly, you've died everywhere else, so I wouldn't get your hopes up. Oof! Brutal honesty. It's okay though, I can take it. But you'll understand if I hold out hope until the end, right? So, now what? I guess we just talk and see what happens. This is all too big to take in a moment. This is all too big to take in at once, almost. I'm kind of out of my depth here. She laughed suddenly. I was going to say I've never been in this situation before, so I'm not really sure how to react. But if what you're saying is true, I've been in this situation a lot of times so far. I still don't know how to react though. I'm kind of in the shock and going on autopilot. I really want to not believe you about any of this, but somehow I know you're telling me the truth. Well, here we are. We successfully cheated my death, even if it's only for a little bit. What should we talk about? Hey, look over there, the Burger Shack. Können wir mal speichern, die schreit dann noch, dass da noch mehr kommt. In the night stillness, the sound of gunshots is quite clear, even from far away. Several blinking police lights appear and trace their way towards the Burger Shack. Nein, Ficker! Just as they start to arrive, there's a bright flash and another loud noise. The Burger Shack now seems to be very much on fire. You know, I've been thinking about asking you if you wanted to do burgers tonight. Guess I can see now how that would have turned out. The night silence surrounds you. The time is about right. Check out the Thai restaurant. For a moment, neither of you can really see anything in this, but then emotion catches your eye. Felicia obviously sees it too. First, it just looked like shadows flowing from rooftop to rooftop. What? Are those ninjas? Looks like it. Do like ninjas too? Yeah, if we had Thai food, you would have been killed when they attacked the restaurant. But that's stupid. Ninjas are Japanese. Why would they show up at the Thai restaurant? This game of yours is absurd, you know. The ninjas leap from rooftop to rooftop, almost eerie in the fluidity of their motion. When they reach the top of the Thai restaurant, they regroup and then, in one smooth movement, flip over the roof into the windows. The faint sound of yelling reaches you atop the hill. Suddenly there's a light and movement in the sky, a moment later another, and then the sky is full of them. What the fuck? Shooting stars, raining from the sky! Your own personal celestial fireworks display. Mir ist jetzt gerade erst aufgefallen, dass da das Pferdl vom Logo ist. Oh, this is beautiful. Did you know this would be here? Is this why you picked the spot? She gazes up in silent wonder. Shit. One of the shooting stars catches your eye. It's looking especially bright. Oh wow, look at that one. With a monster's roaring noise, it gets bigger and bigger. There's a flash and a boom that you feel through your feet as much as your ears. When you can see again, there's a smoking crater centered almost exactly where Felicia was sitting. Her head, still on fire, gently drifts to the ground at your feet. It's the only thing that survives the meteor's impact. Oh, quick save. Actually, you should come sit on the other side of the bench. Oh, okay. More cheating death, I assume. A shooting star is going to land right at where it's sitting. So what will it be this time? What? And spoil the surprise? Fine, keep me in suspense. See if I care. She moves over to the opposite side of the bench. So if that is averted, what killed me after that? Or am I in the clear? I don't know yet. This is new to me too. Oh, exciting. But given it already died several times today, you will understand if I remain a bit on the edge. The night silence surrounds you. The time is about right. Check out the Thai restaurant. For a moment, blah blah blah, 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 blah blah. Bam. Shooting stars raining from the sky. Own personal celestial firework. Oh, this is beautiful. Didn't know this would be here. This is why I picked up the spot. She gazes up in wonder. One of the shooting stars catches your eyes. It's looking especially bright. Oh wow, look at that one. With a monster's roaring noise, it gets bigger and bigger. There's a flash and boom that you feel through your feet as much as your ears. And you can see again there's a smoking crater about 10 feet across, centered almost exactly where Felicia had been sitting before she moved. Well, that was exciting. You didn't want me and everything, and it was still scary. The shooting star continued their silent, fiery cascade across the sky. Oh, what's that? Look, the stars are changing color. You look up and realize she's right. Now the shooting stars are changing. Where before they were just quickly white scratches against the sky, now they are slowly streaks in all different colors. They seem to be moving more slowly as well. One of the larger ones passes almost directly overhead. It looks a little odd though. It almost seems like Oh, come on! Flying saucers? Seriously? I don't mean to criticize, but this game of yours is not even pretending to take itself seriously anymore. At that moment, there's a blinding green light and a sound not unlike a giant rubber band twanging. A shaft of light lances from down of the saucers overhead and bathes you both in greenish radiance. You have just enough time to hear Felicia's mother, seriously, before you're both reduced to stardust by the alien's cosmic rays. Okay, actually let's talk about this game. I'm hoping you can help me figure out what to do next since I'm running out of ideas. Okay, I confess. A certain amount of interest in the topic. Where do you want to start? Burger Shack, I wish I knew. Why do you think you keep dying? I wish I could figure out how to win this. Do you have any ideas? What am I missing here? Why is this game so hard? Actually, cutscene other side of the bench. Ich hab vergessen zum Hochzählen vorher. 3. Why do you think you keep dying? Hey, that's kind of a personal question, she giggles. I don't know, I'm not really sure how to answer that. I mean, I haven't been exactly kicking our tombstones or tripping old gypsy ladies or anything lately. I can honestly say that this is a bit outside my experience, so I don't really have any idea why it keeps happening. How would you even go about diagnosing something like that? Excuse me, doctor, but can you tell me why I'm doomed? I mean, I don't know. Let's think about this. How does it usually work in video games? Maybe I'm just supposed to die in a tragic death, like Eris or something. Go on. Whoa, spoiler alert. Who is Eris? Irgendwas Griechisches. Wait, seriously? You never played Final Fantasy VII? Sorry! I never played Final Fantasy VII. I'm not sure we can be friends anymore. Well, anyway, she was a character in the game. She died and everyone got really upset. Because, you know, it was kind of out of the blue. Back then, games usually only killed side characters, not core party members that you had time to become invested in. A lot of fans didn't take it well. They didn't like losing her. They didn't like realizing that there was absolutely nothing they could have done to save her. Anyway, maybe it's like that. I'm supposed to die in order to, you know, embolden you. Strengthen your resolve so you can complete your epic quest. But on the other hand, if the game always ends right after I die, and if there are a bunch of ways I can die, then what does seem to imply that you're supposed to find a way to avoid it? Yes, I think so. She seems lost in her thought for a moment. I guess that takes the wrong way, but you could say I keep dying because of you. But on one hand, you could say I keep dying because we haven't figured out how to save me yet. But on a deeper level, you could say that I keep dying because you keep playing. For example, if you stopped after the first time I died, then I would have only died once. I'm not saying that's preferable, but what would happen to me, to the world, if you just stopped playing? Would I stay dead? What if you quit the game before I died? What happens to characters in the story if the storyteller stops before he's done? She falls silent again, lost in thought. The night silence surrounds you. Muss man jetzt noch umsetzen, aber dann kommen wieder die Aliens. Das ist, I wish I knew what this was all about. Why is this game so hard? I assume it's hard because it's trying to tell us something. Although I guess the other option is just that you're better at games. But it sounds like you've already made it a race in this one. If you have averted my death multiple times already. Maybe the problem is just you're looking for the wrong thing. I've got this far by saving and reloading away all of the mistakes until you had a day where I had done everything perfectly, right? And now we're here. She makes a vague gesture at the starry expanse of our heads. It's still kind of perfect, honestly. Even knowing that I'm probably going to die soon, it's still kind of magical. She's quiet for a moment. This actually reminds me of a different game now that I think of it. Did you ever play Chrono Trigger back on Super Nintendo? I remember the game, weil das hat der Zinni zu Weihnachten gestreamt. Ich habe selber nie gespielt, aber der Zinni hat's gestreamt. Yeah, wasn't that game great? I had that ending though. That reminds me of this. Do you remember the game ended if you all died? Whenever you hit the game over, it would show you the world of the future. Right as the disaster hit, explosions spread across it, and you saw the planet from space slowly turning grey. And then it had this horrible alien sound and the word appeared saying, but the future refused to change. Gave me chills as a kid, honestly. Was way more powerful than just a generic game over screen. Anyway, I was just reminded of it because, yeah, all of this. You're basically trying to do the same thing. Fix the bad future that you know is coming. But it keeps refusing to budge. I'm not sure what to suggest, but if you were playing Chrono Trigger, you could go punch an alien until the future got better. That solution might not be applicable to this problem though, she sighs. That was such a good game. Suddenly there's a light moving, sky moving, light on the sky, full of them, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Did you know, this is why I pick up the spot, she gazes silent wonder. Say nothing and watch the falling stars, oder reden wir's no more. Say nothing. For a few minutes, you just ignore everything and watch the spectacle taking place in the sky above you. You have to admit it really is rather breathtaking. It's just like watching fireworks, except that there is no beginning and no end, just a constant stream of fire across the night sky. Felicia is first to break the silence. Have you ever thought about how stories work? Some, I guess, a lot actually, not really. Wie funktionieren Geschichten? Some, I guess. Yeah, me too, I used to be really obsessive over them. Like, what makes one work? What separates a story from, I don't know, dry facts or something? Have you ever thought about where a story lives? Like, where it, I don't know how to really say this, where it exists? I'm used to think that stories lived in, books, or in the mind of the person telling the story, or whatever. But I think stories live in the brain of whoever's listening to it. When someone tells us a story, we go along with whatever they say, because that's the easiest thing to do. But what if they stop telling us what to do? What if someone told you a story and then stopped before telling you how it ends? Is the story dead forever, doomed to be forever unfinished? What if you like the story and want an ending, even if you didn't start it? Are you allowed to finish it yourself? What if you like the story and what? It's in your head at the point, right? You can do whatever you want with it. Who's going to stop you? Erklärt sie gerade fanfiction? And then, what if they did finish telling the story, but you just didn't like how it ended? What if you just decided that it ended a different way than they said? Fanfic. The very act of storytelling itself is a deeply collaborative activity, right? They have to tell a story, and you have to play it out in your mind, while they tell you. That's how it works, right? What would happen if the audience rebelled and played a different story in their minds than the one that was being told? Would the story be any less valid or real? You can't just stop reading before I get to the last page and write your own. Even if you don't like the ending, it's still the official ending, no matter what you want. I just can't change the ending because I disagree with it. Are you suggesting that I just, imagine a better ending? Yeah, I guess so. This is a game, right? If regular storytelling wasn't collaborative enough already, game storytelling kicks it up a whole new level. In a book or movie, the author can at least know that you read everything exactly as he wrote it. Someone writing a game, though, already has to cede a ton of control to the player just to make it a game. The player can already make the game tell an entirely different story than the one the author envisioned, just in how they play. Maybe they make the hero die instead of save the day. Maybe they don't turn out to be a bad enough dude to save the president after all. So if you can do that, do you even need the game to tell you the rest of the story? If I'm in a story and the ultimate control of the story is you, then theoretically you should be able to just decide that it ends however you want, and it will. Maybe you're right, I'll give it a try, I don't think it works like that. I have faith. You can make the story go wherever you want. All you have to do is stop listening to the game's plans for the story and start following your own. Although, if you're taking suggestions for the ending, I might suggest that I'd love to win the lottery and own a private tropical island. Just saying. So you're still here. I'm still here. You've already been wangling the story by reloading, restarting and undoing your choices after you see whatever they lead. Why are you getting cold feet now? What's the problem here? Seriously, quit the game. Walk away. Write whatever ending you want me in your head. Whatever you imagine by yourself will be every bit as real and valid as whatever the game is telling you to imagine. Why are you still here? Why haven't you started writing your own ending yet? We have. I'm deciding where things go now. It doesn't work like that because I want to see if there's any good dialogue or clues in the branch before I leave it. It's hard just walking away and closing it down while it's still telling me a story. Let's stay meta. Okay. Seriously? Seriously? What the heck? Are you for real? You don't think I've ever seen her this angry before. You're sitting here telling me that you agree, but it's just not willing to take responsibility for the story. All because you wanted to see if it's something interesting before the game inevitably kills me. Okay, she mad, aber sie hat ein bisschen recht, glaube ich. I cannot believe you. Fine, you want something interesting? I wouldn't dream of disappointing you. I'm leaving. Is it interesting enough? I don't think that's a good idea. It didn't happen. Die Geschichte endet so, dass Felicia und ich uns da dann gemeinsam ganz sicher weit weg von der Statue aufmachen, von diesem schönen Punkt weg und sind auf einen schönen kleinen Pool gegangen, was zu essen. Ich hatte ein Steak, sie hatte irgendwas mit Couscous und Käse und so weiter. Und es war ein wunderschöner Abend. Wir sind dann ein jahrelanger Pärchen gewesen. Überraschenderweise hat sie wirklich an dem Tag nachher noch die Lotterie gewonnen. Und sie hat sich dann eine private Insel gekauft, auf der wir gemeinsam gelebt haben für die nächsten 20 Jahre. 10 Kinder, beautiful life, jeden Tag Sonnenschein. Es war echt ein Traum. Und so endet die Geschichte von mir und Felicia. Dieses Spiel ist so geil. So ein Bullshit-Spiel. Es ist echt geile Scheiße. Save the Date. Lustigerweise gibt es aber nicht auf Steam, sondern nur auf der Webseite vom Macher.